Hello, my name is Josh McDonald, and I'm going to go over some of the basic options in Skype and Lync. So you've logged into Skype or Lync and you have it open. You have an About You area up here at the top. You have different tabs which you can switch between: contacts, conversations, your dial pad for your phone, contacts, conversations. There are different tabs for going in and moving around between all missed conversations, calls. There's even meetings. I don't have any scheduled right now. I'm going to click on Contact again because that's pretty much your default. Now, one of the first things that I do whenever I'm on a different machine and I want to get comfortable is I like the menu across the top. So I'm going to go to the options, the gear over here. I'm going to click the gear, and right at the very bottom is Show Menu Bar. That right there, I think, is a great option because if you need to create a meeting, you can just click Meet Now. You need to go into your file options, sign out, log out, do something like that. All the options are right here rather than having to come over to the side and find them. So I really like the Show Menu Bar. Now, one of the first things that you're going to need to do is add some contacts. Now, by default, you have two groups. You have your favorites and you have your other contacts. I've created a class group, which I'm going to add somebody to. We'll go over how to create a group in just a moment. Now, directly below your tabs and your options, you have your search location where it says find someone or dial a number. And quite literally, you just type in, I'm going to type in a coworker's name here, John. And you see, as I type them in, people come up, Doe. And here is John Doe's account. I'm going to move it over his icon right here. And these are the action items that come up. I can do an instant message, start a phone call, start a video call, pull up their contact, or go into more options. I'm going to click Go into more options. Send an email, schedule a meeting, add to favorites, add to contacts, tag for status change alerts. That's kind of something if you want to keep track on somebody and you want to see, are they going offline, are they stepped away? Offline status, we'll talk about those in a moment. But for right now, I'm going to go to Add to Contacts, and any group that you create is going to be listed here. I'm going to click Class Group. So that has now added John Doe to my class group right here. Now, me personally, I like to keep organized. So you might want to have many different groups. Your regular contacts, maybe you have team contacts, things like that. So creating different groupings can help you keep your contacts organized. Rather than like in my favorites here, I just have a list of people. I could create different groups. Now, to create any group at all you have to do is right-click on one of the existing groups. So I'm going to right-click on Favorites. And I get Send IM, Start a Conference, but if you go down towards the bottom, second from the bottom there actually, Create New Group. And that literally opens up a new area, has the new group name highlighted. I'm going to just title mine Team Group A, and you hit Enter. Now it automatically opens up your favorites because it assumes you want to move people into that group. I'm going to take John Doe and move him over into that group. Now we can do this a couple of different ways. The fastest way is to just click, hold, and drag. I click on John Doe, I can move him down into Team Group by moving it right over the text, and he is placed into that team group. Now, I can also right-click him and move to or copy to. So maybe I want him in the class group as well as the team group. So I'm going to copy to the class group. So I've now got John in both areas. If at any point that you want to remove a contact from a group, I'm going to right-click rather than go into those action items, faster way, and I can remove from group. So, let's say that I've called somebody, just like I've got y'all set up on this right here. I'm going to pull my conversation over here. Now, I am the only person in this meeting right now, but if I had invited somebody else into it, now I could have, right here with John, started off with a call, and I could do a Skype for Business call. I could do a video call. Let's just say I wanted to just start a meeting. I can click Meet Now. That would pull up the meeting dialog box. If I'm not particularly picking somebody right off, I can invite more people to it, people that I've had meetings with, or I can type in and it finds John Doe, and I would click OK. And they're offline right now, but then they could join in the meeting. I'm going to close that right there. Now, let's say that John had accepted. From the standpoint of me as being the presenter, I can go here and present like I am right now presenting my desktop, but I'm going to go ahead and click it again. All monitors, my primary monitor or my secondary monitor. I'd select it and click Present. I click Cancel there because I'm already presenting. And you can actually see what you're presenting during your meeting by going to Present and click Show Stage. And that is, it's kind of like the mirror, one mirror on top of the other right there. But this is what you're presenting to your audience. I'm going to hide the stage. At any point, I can go into my video, click it, stop it, click it, show my video. I can mute my microphone. You'll notice that there's the Win key and F4. Some people think that's a nice shortcut to know. Me personally, I don't use it, but it's your Windows key and your F key together will allow you to mute your mic. You can even pull up the conversation panel. I'm going to click the I am right here, conversation. Quite literally, you just start typing. I hit enter. It'll put the message in. You do have emotes or smileys, and you can pick whatever you want. Usually, you know, I see it in quite a lot of meetings with people just expressing opinions through an emote. You can close your conversation panel. Now I'm going to go back, pull this back over, back to the main Skype and Lync window right here. A couple of other options that can make your life easier. You have a nice little area right up here where it says what's happening today. This is what people can pull up with your contact information to find out a little bit about you or what's going on with your day. I will use that and I will click in there and I will type in something like teaching or unavailable, please send email. All right, so anything that you want, or just a quote. Be or not to be. You just hit enter and that becomes your quote. You do have a presence. You will notice there is a green checkbox. That means I'm available. At any point, you can change your presence. So you can say you're busy. See the red dot? Be right back. Appear away. Now, I'm going to come down to John here. If I wanted to just do a quick instant message to John, all I have to do is double click, and that pulls up. Pull this over so you can see both of them. A conversation panel, which I can then type in whatever I want. I can choose to send a file to that individual, send this a high important message. I do have the IM option to minimize it or expand it. There is the More Options button there, Manage Recordings, your text size, change my fonts, I can go in, do whatever I want. I can tell it to send, or I can just hit enter. Now, they're offline, can't see it, but it even tells you that. You can invite more people into your conversation. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that message. But those are just some of your basic, quick actions that you can use. One more thing that I do want to point out: if you miss a conversation, like I was saying, you can go to your conversations. It'll notify you, but what you'll get is an exclamation mark right on the conversation so that you'll know that you have missed a conversation from someone. The phone pad, literally, you can just type in a telephone number. You can even look it up. Thank you for spending a little time with me.